I've asked this Congress to investigate where has this money gone. The American people are owed that answer because it's our money. It's our taxpayer dollars.
And there's a lot of really good reason to be concerned because, the Ukraine was known as a, place of corruption, a place for money laundering.
Yeah. It's not like we sent $1 billion, as if that was even a small number to begin with, right? We've sent 100 times that to one country. I don't know how this Congress is allowed to get away with it. And Zelensky is out there. He went on the world stage and said, Russia fired a rocket into Poland, which would literally be an act of war. Well, it turned out that Russia fired no such rocket. It turned out that the rocket came from the Ukraine and was fired into Poland.
And it was a mistake, basically.
If Zelensky's going to go out there and beg the world for more money and come to the U.S. and sit in the well of our Congress and say, we want more money, and then call and demand the new Speaker of the House provide more and more money, and call Mitch McConnell and say, we need more and more machinery, he needs to be more prepared about global statements that bring us to the precipice of war than doing what he did last fall with this missile attack, or this missile launch, I should say. And we just can't have full faith and trust by giving a leader $100 billion and having him say, I'm not telling you where the money went.
This was Kash Patel. Kash Patel is probably going to be Trump FBI director. He is a new pick from Trump, and he's gonna be instrumental in unraveling Russia collusion hoax, former chair says. Kash Patel just bashes Zelensky to be a grifter. He wants accountability from Zelensky. And people are saying, pretty much agreeing with him, Zelensky is playing fast and loose with our tax dollars. People basically are not happy to spend that much money into Ukraine, into useless wars. They don't want wars, they want peace. They don't want people dying. Unfortunately, Zelensky, on the other hand, doesn't see that issue the same way. He wants basically to defend their country and fight for its freedom and the freedom of all of Europe. So this is where interests collide. I'm guessing Kash already knows where our cash went. I went to offshore banks and Monte Carlo real estate. You're welcome, case closed. So let's hear exactly now about the news that the White House just announced a $50 billion loan to Ukraine. That's a lot of money. So let's hope that Ukraine put this money to good use then.
The United States and G7 are now making good on that commitment. Together, we will leverage income earned from frozen Russian sovereign assets to provide a total of $50 billion of extraordinary revenue acceleration ERA loans to Ukraine. This will lend vital support to the people of Ukraine as they defend their country, and it also makes clear aggressors and tyrants will be responsible for the damage they cause. The United States and G7 are now making good on that commitment. Together, we will leverage income earned from frozen Russian sovereign.
They want to leverage income earned from Russian frozen assets. I hope it's a loan from their personal bank and not our tax money. Yes, that's what I understood, that it's Russian frozen assets. So it's probably not the taxpayer money, but from frozen asset out of Russia. Ukraine is a money laundering operation. Yes, of course, war makes money. It's very unfortunate that a lot of people, especially the neocon in the government, want wars, especially the military industrial complex. They want war as well because war makes money. It makes a ton of money to buy by buying and selling weapons. It's very sad to see, unfortunately, that fighting each other is making some people rich and richer and richer and richer. And people don't want that. The average American don't want wars. You just want to live in peace and the money spent on useful things and not spending on fighting each other. And I totally understand what they mean. But here we have Kash Patel, Trump nominee for FBI directors. He's going to be an investigator. He was the chief investigator in the congressional probe into alleged Trump-Russia collusion, uncovering government surveillance abuse that led to the appointment of two special counsels. One who determined there was no such collusion, and another who determined the entire process of the FBI original investigation was bogus. Patel served as senior counsel and a national security advisor on the House Permanent Select Committee of Intelligence and Chair Representative David Nunes. Kash was instrumental in unraveling the Russia collusion hoax. So let's hear about that exactly and what role Kash Patel is going to play in the future. I think we are missing the sound right now, so let's go back to the beginning and put the sound on.
President-elect Trump's selection to run the FBI is sparking strong responses tonight, both positive and negative. Kash Patel has been a fierce critic of the Bureau. He has some fierce critics of his own. Correspondent David Spunt has details tonight.
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopening the next day as a museum of the deep state.
The nomination of Kash Patel to be FBI director is a signal from President-elect Trump. He wants the highest federal law enforcement agency dramatically transformed, with a focus on tackling crime, migrant gangs, and human and drug trafficking. Patel is a former national security prosecutor and Defense Department official. As a House Intelligence Committee lawyer, he authored the so-called Nunes memo, claiming the FBI improperly obtained a warrant to surveil former Trump campaign aide Carter Page. While making his announcement, Trump called Patel, quote, an advocate for truth, accountability, and the Constitution. Lawmakers are at odds over the FBI's future.
It needs to be purged. Kash Patel will go in. He knows exactly what needs to be done at the FBI.
Kash Patel's...
That's some very strong words right there. The FBI needs to be purged. He wants Kash Patel to go in and purge the FBI and make the FBI great again, basically.
only qualification is because he agrees with Donald Trump that the Department of Justice should serve to punish, lock up, and intimidate Donald Trump's political opponents.
Patel has called for a, quote, comprehensive house cleaning of federal workers deemed disloyal to Trump, and vows to scale back the FBI's authority. That may include the agency's intelligence gathering powers.
I think that makes sense. That Donald Trump is only appointing people that he is able to work with, right? He wants people that surround him, that agree with him, and that will help him accomplish what the American wants him to accomplish. It makes no sense to appoint people in your cabinet that are against you. Makes no sense at all.
Including terror-related conspiracies and probes of politicians and social institutions like schools and houses of worship.
The people need to know that their FBI is restored by knowing full well what they did to unlawfully surveil them. The people need to know that there has been a de-weaponization.
The current FBI director, Christopher Wray, a 2017 Trump hire, is only 7 years into a 10-year term. It's clear, though, Brett, his days are numbered. What's unclear, will he step down before Trump gets back into office or wait to be fired by Trump in protest? Brett?
I think he will step down. He will probably step down. That totally makes sense to me. We will see what happens next. Let's watch Candace Owen speaking a little bit more about the money that is going to foreign countries to fund wars. I think she has a great insight about this.
Warning where your tax dollars are going. Don't worry, I'll show you what we gave it away to last year. So we spent nearly $61 billion in foreign aid. Get to work, people. And this is where the budget has gone. To half of it to just 10 countries. Number one, you won't be surprised, Ukraine. Number two, you will not be surprised, Israel. Then we have Ethiopia, Jordan, Egypt, Afghanistan, Somalia, Yemen, Congo, and Syria. $896 million to Syria, which we just overthrew. So who did it go to? I'm guessing it didn't go to Assad, who was protecting Christians. Go pull up that list again. Who does this benefit? Did anybody today say, well, I'm so glad we gave $1.995 billion to Ethiopia because my day got better? Israel, Jordan, Egypt. Clearly, this is all benefiting Israel. These are Israel's neighbors, okay? Not America's neighbors, Israel's neighbors. And like I said, we can't even get cheap gas.
Right.
And look, warning where your tax.
That's insane. That's insane that so much money is spent on countries that are at the war just to for damage reparation, to buy and sell weapons. It's insane to me. I think the money should spend on better things. Education and schools and getting better prices, getting funding the economy, funding enterprise, creating jobs, etc. I think we should not fight each other. I think we should cooperate, build great relationship, and strive to live in peace all together. Unfortunately, that's not what many people think. Many people want wars just to make money, to assert power and influence, and that's very sad to see. I hope you enjoyed this video with me today, guys. Thanks for watching and staying with me to the end. I really appreciate it. Click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye for now.